is a perfect climbing ability, and here to share that with us is one of my favorites. Ladies and gentlemen, cue Gulliver. Double O Gulliver. Gulliver is our green wing macaw. Check her out as she climbs across our branches here at the show. Using those specialized feet, a very strong feet, she can support her entire body weight as she zip lines. Ladies and gentlemen, Gulliver, our zip lining macaw. I have to point out too, that is in no way a shameless plug for the zip line that you can do here. All right. All right, well, we have got some really spectacular birds to share with you today. In fact, this next bird, we actually happen to be the only bird show in the country that has this bird or this species trained to perform on stage. So picture this. Picture a bird that looks like a crane, like Gracie you met earlier, looks like that, but acts just a little more like an eagle. The bird you're picturing is called the secretary bird. Secretary birds stand out for a couple of reasons. One, the way they look. This bird stands 4 feet tall. They're the tallest raptor on the planet. Secondly, it's how this bird captures its food. See, most birds of prey, like the hawk, they're gonna soar overhead. They swoop down, capturing prey in their talons. Secretary birds have a different tactic altogether. Ladies and gentlemen, about to join us on our hillside, you're gonna meet our young man. His name is Aaron. He's our full-grown male secretary bird. Now, as he makes his way down the stage, I want you to check this guy out. He's got legs and he knows exactly how to use them. These birds will walk right up to their prey in that tall savanna grass. And as Stacy's going to demonstrate for you, they literally stomp their prey to death. Prey with a barrage of kicks until it stops moving, and then they swallow it whole. You're looking at an expert reptile hunter, but snakes are his specialty. He's supposed to eat a treat, it's literally right in front of him. Yeah. Those long tail feathers that are trailing behind our bird are thought to distract their prey. Snakes, right? Perhaps snakes will strike the movement of that tail rather than the body of the bird themselves. Now, these birds are also equipped with thick scales covering their legs, scales thick enough to make a snake bite ineffective, which means that this bird can hunt even venomous snakes. Ladies and gentlemen, he's off. Give it up for him. That's Aaron, our secretary bird. Thanks, Stacy. Good job. Now, I bet you guys all have one question on your minds right about now, and that's why on earth is that bird called a secretary bird, right? It's a really weird name. Despite how they may have earned the name, guys, there's one thing we should keep in mind, and that's in today's modern times, that guy would rather be called the administrative assistant bird. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you have ever been called a vulture, well, it didn't feel very good, probably, right? They weren't giving you a compliment if someone calls you that. Vultures are synonymous with the villains, the bad guys. That's not the case. Guys, we are here today to change your mind. Vultures are the single most persecuted group of birds on the planet. And that shouldn't be the case, guys. Vultures play a really important role in our ecosystems. There are 3 kinds of vultures found here in North America. The turkey vulture that I'm sure you've seen soaring through our skies today. The larger California condor, which, yes, that is a vulture. And the black vulture. Ladies and gentlemen, our black vulture Daisy's about to join us on stage. And when she comes out, check her out. This little girl hops, pops, and skips nearly every step she takes. There's no way that she can be a villain, not at all. Now, vultures, they are original recycling centers of Mother Nature. They're the cleanup crew. These birds eat the stuff that everybody else leaves behind, including things that would make the rest of us very sick. These birds can eat things that are covered in all sorts of bacteria, botulism even anthrax, believe it or not. So vultures, we need them around. But little girl, we have a bigger vulture that's going to be coming out on stage, so you have got to exit that way. Yep, skipping the whole way. Ladies and gentlemen, Daisy, our black vulture. All right, so Daisy, that bird had about a 3-foot wingspan. Well, the bird we're going to bring out next has a 10-foot wingspan. I'm talking about a condor. Now, while you're visiting us at the park, I hope you take the time to visit Condor Ridge. It is there that we highlight the still very endangered California condor. See, back in the 1980s, there were just 22 California condors left on the planet. That's it. 22 birds. Of course, we wanted to help, but at the time, there wasn't a lot known about the California condor. And in order to have a successful breeding program, you really need to know everything you can. Luckily, what we did have is experience working with their closest cousin, the Andean condor. When we took what we learned from them, we applied it to our California condors, we saw huge success. In fact, today, there are over 400 California condors, 200 of them hatched right here and now fly free in the wild. A huge conservation success. And I gotta tell you, we could not do any of that if it weren't for you. Joining us at the park today, you are supporting conservation. You are heroes for wildlife. Now, of course, we also owe a great deal of gratitude to the Andean condor, and we have one about to join us on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, from the lower left-hand side of stage, you are about to meet Suriana. Suriana is our full-grown female Andean condor. She's about 10 years old. She weighs nearly 20 pounds. And she's got a rather impressive wingspan. I mentioned it before, these birds have a 10-foot wingspan. It is the second largest wingspan on any bird alive today, second only to the wandering albatross. Now these birds are so large and so heavy that they've given up the ability of powered flight. But they're expert gliders. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Suriana, our Andean condor. Now these enormous birds can be seen soaring at incredible heights. I'm talking 21,000 feet up. 21,000 feet. Guys, that's higher than the highest point in North America, which is Denali up in Alaska. These birds soar higher than that. Why not? Check out that wingspan. Again, 10 feet across. These birds can stay aloft for hours at a time. They can travel more than 200 miles in just a single day, searching out their food. And I should point out, this is not a predator. She's a scavenger, right? As long as you look alive and you have a pulse, you have nothing to worry about. Graceful in the air, but on the ground, not so much. Ladies and gentlemen, Suriana, our Andean condor. You know, it's just the beginning of the California condor breeding season. Those birds, one pair, lays one egg every 2 to 3 years. Yeah, an extremely slow reproductive rate for any kind of animal. This breeding season alone, we've got 7 brand new chicks. It is huge, guys. We're so excited about it. And we couldn't do it. Yeah, you can clap for that if you want. Guys, we couldn't do it if it weren't for you. So, to thank you, we want to say and share with you one very special bird last. This one is a North American native. Seldom spotted in the wild. They're very shy and elusive by nature. It's called the ferruginous hawk. This is, again, the largest hawk that we have here. And this guy, he can dive at 120 miles per hour. So, don't blink. But do focus your attention to the top of our hillside as we welcome out Oz. He's our male